Hi, everyone. My name is Femi Iliasu, and I want to have a presentation on PowerPoint topic, ethical decision making in an organization. When we talk about um, ethical decision, the concept and its important organization setting, ethical decision making involves evaluating and choosing alternative based on ethical principle. That is, in an organization, it fosters a culture of integrity, trust, and accountability. These three words are very important when we're talking about ethical decision making in an organization. Decision makers often face complex moral dilemmas and must identify ethical issues, consider stakeholder, evaluate potential consequences, and make choices that align with personal and organization values. What are the importance of ethical decision making in an organization? One, trust and reputation. It builds a trust and reputation on both the leaders and the followers. Number two, risk management. When you have an ethical standard and you in an organization that patronize ethical decision making, they are better equipped to avoid legal troubles and scandal because people already know them for whom they are. Employees moral and retention, that's very important also. And another one is long-term success. Ethical decision making often leads to sustainable practice, which are increasingly necessary in today's market, allowing organization to thrive in the long run activities. Those are the importance of ethical decision making an organization. So there are some questions that you want to ask, that ethical questions and desired result. Ethical questions frequently arise from the desired result and actions. Decision makers must consider the broad impact of their choices, evaluating both short and long-term consequences for themselves and others. Therefore, there's some critical questions that have to come in such ways. Number one is, who will be affected when we are making the decision? Who are the potential negative consequences that is coming for the stakeholder and the workers? Does this decision align with the established values and the mission of the organization? By analyzing all these questions, then we're going to know whether these questions or these things we want to do, whether it's going to favor both the organization, the worker, the staff, and even the leader itself. Therefore, let's see how we can integrate an ethical leadership theory. Integrating the principle of transformational leadership can significantly enhance the practice of ethical leadership within an organization. When you talk about transformational leader, they inspire and motivate their teams by fostering a shared vision and promoting a culture of integrity. That's very, very important. Transformational leaders influence their teams by one, they inspiring a shared vision. They inspire employees to align their personal goals with the organization ethical standard by articulating a strong vision grounded in ethical values and principles. This shared vision fosters a collective commitment to integrity and accountability. Therefore, transformational leaders' principles enable organizations to build a strong ethical culture rooted in integrity. So, what are the elements of ethical question and ethical leadership? Considering our actions and applying creativities to raise ethical queries is vital for fostering a culture of integrity and responsible decision-making. This process encourages individuals and organizations to critically examine their motivation, the consequences of their action, and the broad impact on stakeholders and the society, the environment. So creativity is vital in ethical analysis, and it enables the exploration of diverse perspective and outcome. Imagine ethical dynamics helps individuals foresee the impact of their decision, leading to more informed judgment. This is from Fisher and Skidgy 2019. An ethical inquiry process classifies values and align actions with them, helping individuals to identify core principles for decision making. This alignment fosters trust and encouragement ethical behavior within an organization. That's it. So how do we integrate an ethical leadership theory? Integrating ethical leadership theory offers insight on fostering open dialogue and empowering employees to raise ethical concern. I mean, this emphasizes value, integrity, and role modeling to influence organizational culture and behavior. Leaders who embody ethical leadership are not only committed to ethical principles themselves, but also actively promote this principle among their team's member, which is very, very important. And this can only be done by one, creating a safety space for communication. When you allow the you open a dialogue for, you give room for both your leader, both the staff, the worker, you create a room for them to communicate, encouraging open dialogue. That's what I just said. When you leader should promote open dialogue on ethics in decision making by hosting forum focused on ethical issue. They can, show their ethics are priority and invite diverse, viewpoint. For example, a company embracing ethical leadership could set up a monthly ethics roundtable for employees to discuss and collaboratively tackle ethical challenges. That's one of the ways a company or an organization can do that. Now, ethical dilemmas and leadership in an organization. In today's complex world, leaders often face various dilemmas and situations where values and principles may conflict or become unclear. Let's employ a couple of examples. Let's see, a corporate society responsibility, a corporate social responsibility and profit maximization. Let's see how they want to do it. A leader in a corporation may face a dilemma regarding whether to cut cost by outsourcing to supplier with lower labor standard in a developed country. And on the other hand, outsourcing could maximize profit and shareholders' value. But on the other hand, it raises ethical questions about workers' rights and corporate responsibility. You see that? Then another one is employee well-being versus performance target. A manager may decide whether to enforce a strict performance target that could harm employee well-being by leading to burnout, stressing them out. Patronizing performance may yield short-term success, but at what cost to employee morale and mental health? You see that? So let's see leadership versus servant leadership. One leadership theory that can guide leaders in navigating this complex moral dilemma is servant leadership. This approach focuses on leaders patronizing the need of others and serving rather than exerting power, which is very, very important. Applying servant leadership principle. One, empathy. Servant leaders actively seek to understand the perspective of all the stakeholders involved. They take note of that all the time. In the case of outsourcing, they will consider the plight of workers in both the home country and the supply location, engaging in dialogue with them to understand their situation better. Ethical decision making. Servant leaders hold themselves accountable to a higher standard of ethics. They reflect on the long-term impact of their decision rather than just the immediate outcome. No, they don't do that. Community building. By fostering a sense of community and collaboration, servant leaders encourage input from diverse voices. In the employees' performance dilemma, they might patronize discussion with team members to establish realistic targets that promote the well-being and the probability. Those two are very, very important. Now, what are the importance of reflecting on ethical stakes and goals? For leaders practicing servant leadership, reflecting on ethical stakes is crucial. It requires a conscious effort to assess the broader impact of decision on individual, community, and the environment they find themselves. So identifying these core values and ethical goals become a critical part of the decision making. So by taking time to weigh options and consider the ramification of their choices against their values, leaders can navigate moral dilemmas more effectively. This reflection ensures that decisions align not only with organizational goals, but also with ethical principles that foster long-term trust and integrity. So that's on that. Assessing organizational culture and ethical standard. Assessing organizational culture is vital for ethical decision making as it shapes how employees perceive action and expectation. A healthy culture promotes ethical behavior, transparency, and constructive handling of dilemmas. When ethics are patronized, employees feel empowered to make ethical decisions, enhancing the organizational integrity and reputation. That's from Bennett and O'Brien 2022. Ethical leadership is essential for building trust and ethical behavior in an organization. Social learning, that's social learning, it suggests that employees imitate their leaders' behavior. We all know that. So, assessing organizational culture and ethical leadership, this still continue. The transformation leadership theory highlights that leaders who inspire and motivate can positively influence organization culture. Ethical leader articulates clear visions and ethical practice, demonstrating commitment and enhancing trust. This is from Norhouse 2023. This trust enables effective ethical change as employees are more likely to embrace standards when they face when they are respected and valued. Leaders can shape organizational culture by modeling ethical behavior, establishing clear guidelines, and promote my bad, and promote by where am I? Yeah, this okay. Leaders can shape organizational culture by modeling ethical standards, establishing clear guidelines, and promote open dialogue about their values. Through training and discussion on ethics, they reinforce the importance of ethical standards and create a shared sense of responsibility among employees, strengthening the organization ethical framework. That's it. So creating an ethical culture and leadership. Creating an ethical culture within an organization is essential for long-term success, and this involves several strategies that incorporate ethical leadership theories such as authentic leadership, and ethical stewardship. Here are some key strategies. Promote ethical leadership. Ethical leaders serve as role model by displaying their integrity and transparency. Those two are very important. Authentic leadership, which emphasizes self-awareness and ethical behavior, effectively build trust and respect within the teams. Number two is establish clear ethical standard. Organizations should develop and communicate their clear ethical guidelines and policy. That's very important. This involves integrating ethics into the company's mission and vision, ensuring that all employees really understand they were able to get to know the expectation regarding the ethical conduct of the organization. That's very important. Now, creating an ethical culture and leadership. Encourage open communication. Transparency is vital in fostering an ethical environment. Leaders should encourage open dialogue, like I said before, about ethical issues, creating a safe space for employees to voice concern without fear and retaliation. When employees feel they can discuss ethical dilemma freely, it cultivates a culture of honesty and accountability, open-minded. It allows them to be more open and do the work freely in an organization. The role of authenticity in ethical leadership is significant. Ethical leaders are seen as trustworthy and transparency, which impact their ability to influence cultural change positively. Their authenticity encourages similar behavior among employees, fostering an environment where ethical practice thrive. Thank you so much for this.